Hi there, Taurus. Healing Grasshopper here to do your August monthly reading. Let's see what tarot says. Whoops. Knight of Pentacles. We'll see if that's reversed in a moment. Let's have at least two more. Please, Spirit. Okay. We've got the Six of Cups. Okay. Not reversed. Knight of Pentacles is Six of Cups. And we've got the Queen of Cups. Guys, it looks like you are moving towards a long held desire. And I vaguely remember getting the Six of Cups with the same message somewhat recently, and I wonder if that's you guys. Um, so the Knight of Pentacles talks about moving towards, most of the time, it's moving towards a material goal. And this very well might be that, but I feel like the way things are looking right now, it's making me feel like this is more of it's a more abstract message where it's not necessarily something material. It's just represents a goal of something that you want, something that's been taking you a long time to get to. Both of these cards are saying. Because the Six of Cups is the nostalgia card. And sometimes it can indicate like projection or, being overly nostalgic. But that's not what this is saying. This is more of a sentimentality that you've held for a long time. Like, this is kind of like wanting, a little girl who has the knight in shining armor syndrome in her head. Like she wants the white dress and the wedding bells and the man to come and rescue her, that kind of thing that we as women tend to aspire to when we're younger. But as we get older, that dream kind of morphs, but into something more practical, right? Because we know when we get older that there is no knight in shining armor coming for us, but that childlike hope still lives within us of someone who will adore us and be there for us and be our everything, Um, and some of what I just said can be impractical that this card talks about. But again, I don't think that it's speaking to the impracticality. I think it's just speaking to your long held desire that you are silently been moving towards and slowly been moving towards for a long time. And this is actually attainable because the Knight of Pentacles says so. The Knight of Pentacles does not go after pipe dreams. He goes after what is practical and attainable, and he's moving towards this card here. So it's moving towards a romantic thought. But the Queen of Cups over here is talking about you wisely moving towards your goal with caution and in protecting your interests and your desires, but most importantly, protecting your heart along the way, right? Because you've been hurt. Because the Queen of Cups is a woman who has been hurt in the past. She's been through it all. She knows. So she has learned through the years to protect her heart and not give it to just anyone. So that's what this is about. Moving with practicality towards your heart's desire, but being, pragmatic at the same time. Then you've got strength, which is so beautiful to see here under the Knight of Pentacles because it talks about everything that you need to do to move towards a goal. Optimism and determination and pragmatism and you know um a strong heart. Page of Wands, determination. But this is like you've got very unique meanings in your cards in this reading, Taurus. It's a really beautiful reading. Page of Wands talks in this reading about you moving through life with wide-eyed wonder. And in moving through everything with a fresh perspective, this is the Page of Wands is one who is optimistic and has a fresh perspective in his actions, right? And in this context, it's no matter how much pain you've been through, you still are facing each situation that you enter into with a fresh perspective, but with caution and with patience and with fortitude. This is a very healthy and beautiful reading, Taurus. I'm very happy to see this. High Priestess. Revert, not reversed. High Priestess under the Queen of Cups gives Queen of Cups an intuitive boost here because the Queen of Cups is already intuitive. She is filled with watery energy and she uses her intuition to help her know when to uncover this covered cup, this protected cup, right? Her intuition tells her when it's safe to open this cup and offer it to someone. So this is what you've gained through the years. This is wisdom and learning to connect with your intuition that's serving you well. So you are one of the wise people who, you know, have learned through the years how to read red flags and not to ignore them. You see narcissists a mile away now, where you didn't in the past. That kind of thing is learned through the years. You got to get burned by a whole lot of different types of narcissists before you get to this type of energy, right, Taurus? And this is what I'm referring to. The plot thickens. So now you have the Two of Swords, which is kind of a confused, stagnant energy here. And very interesting coming out after the High Priestess, because this is kind of like conflicting energies. But the High Priestess is supportive of the Two of Swords, right? Because the Two of Swords is being um, of having a choice here because twos are choices. This is like a choice that you have to make in life that you have no idea what to choose. And you're telling yourself too, like, I don't know how to deal with this, right? But it takes intuition to move through a situation where you feel you can't see. Three of Cups. We'll see if that's reversed in a moment. But okay. One more. Okay, two more. This goes here. Reversed. Yeah, reversed. Yeah. This one too. Reversed. Gorgeous. Love it. Three of Cups after the Two of Cups. Okay. So Two of Cups is a message that's like in passing. This is not really a problem. This is spirit just quickly addressing the fact that sometimes you have confusion. You're not sure what choice to make. But spirit saying, when you feel like this, remember you have a very valuable and strong tool within you, Taurus, which is your intuition. And that is a tool, a skill that you've acquired through the years. We talked about this, right? We've all felt like this. It's a very, very common feeling, Two of Swords. But there's a difference between someone who's really stays stuck in here, which is someone who is not aligned with their intuition. And again, when you naturally come across this kind of feeling, you're able to release yourself from it very easily by just, you know, picking up the intuition phone, right? So Three of Cups is about things working out in the end. This is about a heartfelt celebration with others. Okay? So, the reason why we've got the Three of Cups here and not the Two of Cups is because this is a general message. Okay? In this month, it it's not at all saying like, oh, you're going to meet your soulmate, the love of your life. This is talking about your journey in love and relationships in general and how you are changing your energy for the better moving forward. And the tools that you've acquired to help you navigate like the waters of romance. And not just romance, but relationships in general, right? Where you've come across toxic people in your past and learned from all of that. And here you are moving forward in a healthy way and dealing with things in a healthy way. And let's move back to the Six of Cups for a moment, because I did mention, I'm pretty sure, when I pulled this out, projection, right? Because the Six of Cups will warn about that. In unhealthy relationships, right? You can come across a narcissist and you first meet this narcissist thing, right? And they are very good looking. They look great on paper. They've got a great job. You might like their car, where they live, right? So everything on paper is very appealing to you. And they're also very charismatic and funny on top of it all, right? So there is a point that we all come to where we look at all of those things and we already start to fantasize about a future with that person. How great it would be to hitch your cart to this person's life, and that you start projecting onto this person qualities that they don't have, you know, because we've just met them, they look good on paper, but they're a narcissist. We don't know that yet, but we start projecting things onto them. They are a kind person, they are a generous person, they're all these things that they're not. But we want them to be, excuse me, we want them to be, right? So, Six of Cups can be that card where you have that innocent, wide eyed projection of things, right? But you've dissolved all of that in your life. You don't do that anymore. You have built yourself this, a durable chalice with a cover on it, and you don't give your chalice to narcissists readily anymore, or people, undeserving people, let's say. So this is you moving towards that, in that progression of healthy course corrections and changes that you've made for yourself, um, and sharpening your self awareness and all of that kind of thing. And that when you come across bumps in the road, it's not the wide eyed, person with the head in your head in the clouds. You come across something you like, that is confusing, you stop and check in with your intuition instead of running away with your dreams right away. Which brings you to healthier relationships, is what Three of Cups is saying. And I said all that to say here that instead of like the devil or upside down King of Cups or reverse Two of Cups, all sorts of negative cards, you have Three of Cups that comes out after this Two of Swords. Like, yes, you come across a confusing point, but you work through it and you get yourself to celebration here. Ten of Swords, though, talks about how the pain that you've gone through will never leave you, but in a healthy way. That serves you well. That is a lesson that you carry with you for the rest of your life. And Queen of Cups is like, never again. But is that a guarantee that you're never going to have your heart broken again? Of course not. But it certainly eliminates a lot of the nonsense that you've, fallen for in the past, right? So here is the magician that talks about the tools that you've accrued through the years, right? That you can manifest your desired outcomes now, and how you are. This is my favorite card in the deck. The Eight of Cups is what I call the be your own hero card. This guy is walking away with the guidance of his intuition, right? He's looking up at the moon that's looking at him. This is a dialogue here that he's having with his intuition that is leading him away from these cups, because he knows that these cups are not going to serve him, that he's going to find something better for himself right here. This is the culmination of everything that I just said. That you have gained the wisdom to get what you want and to know what you want, to recognize it when you see it, and recognize what you don't want when you see it. Taurus. This Taurus, I'm talking to some very skilled Taurians here, and probably skilled empaths, right? Because I know all about this, because I am always moving towards being a more and more skilled empath. Because young buddy empaths, the poor things, do we go through terrible situations of, you know, toxic people being attracted to us and wrecking things for us and feeding off of our energy and that kind of thing. So we're not going to focus on that, because that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about moving past that energy, recognizing the energy and course correcting and avoiding it when we see it before we immerse ourselves in it. So fabulous. Congratulations. Do we have advice cards? Clarity cards. Yeah, we don't even have clarity cards, Taurus. You're doing very well. This is very much, sorry, I needed to sneeze there. Very much a congratulatory reading from Spirit here. You have no warnings or reprimands or anything from Spirit here. This is job well done. Time for you to stop and recognize what you've achieved in your life before you move forward this month, Taurus. Pat yourself on the back and just know that when you come across this energy, you've got this. It's fine. You can move past it very easily. Okay, my badass Taurians? I am looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comment section. I love engaging with you there. It is very heartwarming and encouraging for me. It keeps me going. It really does, guys. It does a lot for me, more than I can express. Okay, so if you have something on your mind, don't hesitate. I'll be right there to answer you, because I answer every single comment. Um, don't forget to like and subscribe, because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and beyond. Um, so it is a very quick and free gesture, costs you nothing. That helps me quite a bit, so I thank you in advance. I'm assuming that this Taurus is your sun sign reading, but what you might not know is that there are messages for you in the other signs, in your moon sign, your rising sign, your north node sign. Okay? Um, if you don't know what those are, you can easily Google calculate my blank sign, and you can get it done for free at many uh, astrology sites on the internet. Okay, once you find out those signs, you come back here to the Healing Grasshopper channel and listen to the corresponding message. You know, so say your moon sign is Aries, watch the Aries videos. Okay. Um, If you guys are really super inclined to help me, I would really appreciate it if you go and look in the playlist section. I have tidy playlists for you to watch. And if you can run them on autoplay while you're doing busy work, cleaning the house or dishwashing or whatever, it would really help me with the watch time. Even while you are sleeping, if you can run it on autoplay, would help this channel greatly because watch time next to likes and subscribes are everything. So I thank you in advance for the support. Um, Thank you to all of my American viewers. I love you all. But also shout out to my Australian and Canadian watchers, my Filipinos, my Indians, Hindu watchers. You guys are awesome. I see you in the analytics. Um, and if you want to turn on your subtitles, they're there for you. So I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.